We have a question today, and it's about how to use subtract. Is it different than slice? This is the Creative Crafters Podcast. Hi, I'm Bette from Bette's Makes, and this is your questions answered. That's an interesting question because slice, you can only use two objects, and one will slice out of the other, and you'll have various parts and pieces. Whereas if you use subtract, anything you select on the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, it doesn't matter how many layers, will be subtracted from the bottom layer. And that's an important thing to think about. For example, if you put a giant heart on your canvas and then put a small heart in the corner and overlapped it with another heart, selected the whole thing, you could hit combine subtract, and what would happen is the two other hearts would be cut out of the bottom layer heart. Now, the best part about using subtract, of course, is that you can undo it at any time, and that is really the key behind it. So as long as I have subtract on my layers panel, I can then go back and undo it at any time and get back my original shape. So the biggest thing behind all of it is once you've subtracted, you can hit that combine menu again, and you'll notice that you will be able to undo your subtract once you click on that combine. But the other important thing here is now you can also merge the layers so that they become one. And most people don't understand that by merging the layers, you now have a basic cut heart, and you can no longer take it apart and move it backwards. So you can subtract any number of layers on top of a bottom layer and get one object. You can then click on the combine menu as long as your design is still selected. Then you can choose to undo the subtract, or you can choose to merge it. By hitting merge, you are making it one shape and making it permanent. If you don't do that, it will stay in its pieces and parts, and you will be able to go back at any time. Now with slice, the same thing happens. You can slice one object out of another, and that is really convenient. You can get rid of the other pieces, and you can do undos here on this one as long as you haven't gone outside of design space and back in. When you are using subtract, as long as you have not merged the layers, when you come back in, you can still reverse your subtract and get back to the shapes you were working with as long as you haven't merged them. I hope that answers the question. This has been the Creative Crafters Podcast, and your questions answered.